Hello again, Praetorian Power Team. This is Tony Rogers again, and we're looking at InGrid Holo, the official release of iteration 2.0. And this is our 13th day of development within this application. And today I wanted to showcase to you an additional component relating to lockout, tagout, and equipment maintenance, visualizations of user guides, and different monitoring values, AC input, output, voltages, resistances of batteries, all kinds of different types of overlays that we can have on physical infrastructure. But we'll be using a QR code tracker for that, and this would be installed on every single piece of equipment at the facility, and then assigned lockout, tagout keys and associated equipment. You know, every time this piece of equipment is placed in that kind of condition, and then automatically the InGrid 2D app, which I'll be showcasing to you all in the morning, would communicate with this app. So every time a status was changed, either in the InGrid Holo or InGrid 2D, which I would call InGrid Field, they would all communicate via Azure Cloud Blob database clusters. That's the outline I have in the schematic as it is right now. So that would make it exceedingly simple for us to understand which pieces of equipment are currently in lockout tagout status, who is assigned those pieces of equipment for specific projects, and then additionally we want to review some enhancements to this version, and because we've also looked at different types of hand interactions and additional components and improvements as it relates to this as a platform managing all of these pieces of infrastructure. So let's go ahead and dive into that now. And here we are in the introduction to Tesla InGrid Holo. It's really amazing some of the improvements we had on the user interface, but more specifically on the QR code scanning. And I'm going to go right there first. So what we need to do is start scanning on the application, and then what I should do is just put this right here, and there we go. What you see is the piece of equipment. I'm actually going to tab this right there in the tab, but what you see is the piece of equipment on the wall, and now I can just open that up, and it opens right up into the Tesla danger, high voltage, energized equipment do not open or operate without contacting lockout tagout. And then you look at Sean Weir, he's the Tesla facilities director there, and then what we have here is a bunch of information about that piece of equipment, and we can actually place this over here now. It doesn't need to be near the QR code, which is where you see there. Those details will stay, but now we can actually take this little document or container, as it were. This would be connected to the Azure Cloud Blob container storage that I discussed previously, and now we can actually go into not only the schematic, which tells you where you are in the facility. We added the finger tracking here. You can kind of see right there. You are currently located right here in the Gigafactory, okay? And that's really nice, so you understand where this is in the facility. We would also have 3D models of the equipment available here if necessary, okay? But we can take a look at the checklist, which is really nice. Lockout, tagout, procedure checklist. Number 1, inspect physical and mechanical condition. Okay, I want to go ahead and select that. Inspect anchorage, alignment, and grounding. Yeah, I want to select that. And you know what? I'm going to go through all here because I know I've completed every one of these steps. So we can come down, and again, every one of these actions would be recorded and stored, right? So it doesn't matter where we are in the facility. Now we know all we come down, verify the presence of surge arresters, clean the unit, all of these different checklists, and we could say, yes, that's done. And now I want to take historical information about this power plant monitoring, different types of turbine types, outputs. This is just an example online of the energy generated and expected from the total target capacity. But you can kind of see the frequency and temperature. And these are some simple little diagrams here in the system, but we can also take these again, just like I showed you before, but now we've added some zooming functions to the capability of moving these screens, and again, they would always follow you if you needed to. Some improvements on the UI and the real-time equipment data. This would be all historical equipment information referenced from all the different reports that we would have as they are submitted within the InGrid platform. Okay, and as soon as we X out, that comes right back up to this, and you can zoom back around. And there's just additional buttons here that we'll have in the future. I think we have the lockout tagout procedure. That's it right there. And we may have a couple more here. That's right. And just the lockout tagout request process and the clearance logic chart. And I believe we may also have an org chart in there. That's just a supplier quality analysis sample, some examples. But we do have the organizational chart for the lockout program down at Austin for the Gigafactory. So just some example buttons of what we would have here for interactions and for our engineers and what they want to see when the equipment is pulled up in real time. But really the purpose of this is to manage the maintenance and location and current status of all these pieces of equipment via the lockout tagout program, medium voltage, low voltage, all the different types of switchgear systems. All of these things need to be, their current conditions need to be tracked, and the InGrid Tesla solution will do this from the 2D UI interface, interfacing and communicating with real-time, the InGrid Holo platform that we built for you here. I really hope and appreciate that you love this as much as I do, and I always appreciate your feedback and input and from your decades of expertise and mastery. We have so many people on our team that are just simply amazing, and phenomenal in their careers of focus and major expertise. So thank you guys so much. I truly hope this kind of widens your eyes a little bit to what we're working on and what we will be doing in the very near future. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great night.